Hello again, everybody.
Hello.
Time to continue our adventures. Where we left off, I just killed the dragon, been rewarded by the Jarl, and are about to be accosted by one of the rewards.
It's an honor to serve you.
Well, I certainly know where the Thane is.
As my Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life.
That sounds great if I had anything to guard. But you look...
Until next time.
Slow and clanky and not like a wizard, so don't want you. Plus, I don't really want somebody looking over my shoulders to do various kinds of shady deeds, so...
I bring up my previous point. Are you sure you're not playing a Khajiit player?
I bring up my previous point that everybody else is as good as Khajiits at their specialty. You're late coming back. Alright, so, off to the inn. Find a place to sleep for the night.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire.
That's a weird thing to say somebody you just met.
Selling the inn to Isolda. Anyway, what do you need?
It's also odd that she wants to sell it to Isolda, because Isolda wants to become a merchant, but isn't one yet. So unless she's independently wealthy, I don't know where she'd have the money from that from.
I'll show you to your room, right this way.
Is he just lying sideways on the... I'm not even... Whatever. So, interesting NPCs around here, and that useless guy Sinmir again.
Hulda's the one to talk to.
Why did you come up to me and...
If you need more food or drink...
You're a strange character. Alright, I'm too tired for this nonsense.
Is there anybody on your balcony?
Not this time. Now shoo. Okay, we're good. Jeez. How is it 4 in the morning again?
You seem to have messed up your sleep schedule a little bit.
Yeah, very badly. So waking up hungry. Going to eat several pounds of food. I'll keep that one. Actually, that one's useful.
Oh, Sadie.
Back to sleep.
Yes, Mom?
How strange that they waited that conversation 6 hours.
Once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Ivarstead. And the braggart did swagger and
Well,
his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made.
how did I go from here? Time to see if there's something useful to buy or sell. So, dragon bones are smithing components, but inexplicably, even with the unofficial patch, you can't sell them to smiths, you can only sell them to alchemists. Although they are not alchemy ingredients.
Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in
Don't
Cyrodiil.
try to hustle me into buying cure disease potions. I know I'm not sick.
So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
We'll see. I could buy one of those. They are useful to have, but I'll get several free ones later on, so no sense in doing so. These things, not really worth buying, because the whole purpose is to save you money. But the ones that you find are very useful. I do kind of want these resist magic, resist fire kinds of things, but I want higher percentages. Later on I will need a complete set of them, though. So let me offload these dragon bones. Raise my speech skill, and I can level up. Alright, so, as I've said before, all your skills have an XP bar. And when that XP bar for the skill goes up, the skill levels up. When your skill levels up, you get XP yourself.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll.
And when you get to maximum, your bar is filled, then you level up.
Let me know. I might have it stored away. Everything's for. Some may call this junk.
So let me check what he's got.
Call them treasures.
The circlet is moderately tempting, but I don't really have the money for it. That's a shame. I was hoping for an Amulet of Talos again, but no such luck. So, let me just offload what I do have here. Take this axe and these arrows, and bones and jewelry, and other jewelry, because I won't be doing any enchanting, and need some of these things. Sold most of the things here that I don't need. I can sell a few more potions now that I don't need to worry about the dragon. Apparel. I want to keep that. Oh, he's low on money. But that's okay. Because Whiterun, as I said before, has like 4 blacksmiths, which makes it one of the best towns in the game. Up on that hill up there, you know, there's Yorlin Greymane. And then, oh, I didn't actually talk to a beggar for the beggar bonus. It's okay, I had the Debella speech bonus, so it's just about equivalent.
I ain't done. Oh,
that's a silly oversight on my part. I almost always remember that. And while I'm thinking about the blessing of the gods, let me run on up here and pray at that altar of Talos again. You just preach all day and night, almost. Not quite. He does have a house.
I admit, one of my first chores in Whiterun is getting a bow, some arrows, and a nice spot where nobody can see me, because he bothers me quite a bit.
You sound like a Thalmor sympathizer. Not a surprise, the Khajiit are their puppets. So, let me... make sure everything's equipped properly. Oh yeah, I want to demonstrate what the blessing does. So, the blessing of Talos, for... where is it? 8 real-time hours, makes your shout cooldown go down by 20%. I haven't really talked about shout cooldowns before. So, let me shout right now. You'll see it costs me no mana, but the bar at the top of the screen lights up. While it's lit out, I can't shout again. So, reduces the time for that 20 seconds. Or 20%, rather.
We're looking for someone in Whiterun. We'll pay good money for information.
Money?
A woman. A foreigner in these lands. Redguard, like us. She's likely not using her true name.
Well, I can think of 3 Redguard women here. There's Amron's wife, Nazim's wife, and that weird person I met at the inn.
So we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything.
They've been waiting here for like 12 hours being told to leave town.
We're looking for a fugitive who comes from Hammerfell. A Redguard woman. She may be somewhere in this city. It's none of your concern. All you need to know is that we're paying for information.
Intriguing.
If that doesn't interest you, feel free to walk away.
Well, now. I think I know who they're after. Because there's only one Redguard woman acting mysterious in town. This useless guy's wife and this guy's wife are also Redguard, of course. But they're not around.
Come on in. We got warm food.
I can get to question them anyway if my hunch is off.
Yes.
Did that broom just clip through your... Geez, see a doctor about that.
Are you sure? Oh no. They found me?
She admits it very
I need your
easily.
help, please.
Yes.
Come with me. I need to speak to you privately.
Quickly, come with me.
This broom is freaking me out. So this song he's playing, by the way, is The Age of Aggression. It's about the Civil War and so forth. But there's actually an equivalent version, The Age of Oppression, that was sung in Stormcloak towns. I think this is a clever little nod to several real-world songs, such as the Battle Cry of Freedom from the American Civil War, which started off as a Union song, but then the Confederates stole it, changed like 3 lyrics, and started using it themselves.
So, are you working with them? You think you can take me?
Back off.
I mean it. I'll cut you in half. So the Alakir know where I am? What do they offer you? Gold? How many more of them are?
How about a threat?
I'm sorry. Just don't hurt me. I know you're not one of them, but you just can't help them. You can't let them know I'm here. Please, will you help me? There's no one here I can trust. There will be. Of that, you can be assured.
Alright, go on.
I am not the person that the people of Whiterun think I am. My real name is Eamon. I am a noble of House Suda in Hammerfell.
Nobles.
The men who are looking for me, the Alakir, they are assassins in the employ of the Almeri Dominion.
Oh, you're lying.
They wish to exchange my blood for gold.
Not very cleverly either. That doesn't even make basic sense.
Before they find me and drag me back to Hammerfell for an execution.
Well,
I heard one of them was just arrested trying to sneak into the city. If he's locked up in the jail,
everybody should know that the people of Hammerfell are the arch enemies of the Aldmeri Dominion, and fought on without the Empire and defeated them. So I know she's telling lies right now. Let me see if I can get a better story from the people after her. So if I'm fast, they will not have actually gone to Rorikstead yet, which is great, because going to Rorikstead is a huge, horrible detour. So that's why I usually don't do this quest. But if I run out there and chase after them, I can catch them on the road before they get there. That is a very useful change from Oblivion, where every guard in the whole universe knew every crime you committed. There they go. Can't get away from me. Or, slow one's going anyway. Oh, there's the other one, okay.
Do you have news of our quarry? You have? Where? Tell me now. Money, if that is what you wish. Now tell me where she is. We cannot go after her. Not without drawing attention.
Might want to call your buddy
Bring
back.
her to us. Lead her to the Whiterun stables, outside of the city. We will wait for you there.
Can do.
We will
Alright.
find her eventually.
Some quick coin instead of a long, annoying quest. So, as I said, everybody should know that the Red Guard continued fighting against the Aldmeri Dominion and are their arch enemies. And so the Alakir, who are, the Red Guard warriors, would not, in fact, be assassins working for the Aldmeri Dominion against people who spoke out against the Aldmeri Dominion. It doesn't even make basic sense. And their story has other kinds of flaws in it, too. Now, they both accuse the other of lying, but it's pretty clear that only one side's story is actually plausible. So, of course, Hjalti hates the Aldmeri Dominion because, among other things, they're, one, high elves, mostly. Two, they killed his father. And three, they're pretty snooty. He doesn't like people who are snootier than him. Which is another reason to turn this lady in, because she's a noble woman, so screw her. Unless she's lying about that, too. In which case she's pretentious of being a noble woman, which is almost as bad. Common people should look down on them.
Any news of the Alakir?
Now, I don't know why they tell you this is a lie, because in the scheme of immoral things that you kind of inevitably do with the course of the main quest, even, telling a few lies are pretty trivial. But they really just keep trying to guilt you for this.
I can't keep running forever. After all this, I have to pick up and leave again? If you really think this is the only way, I trust you. Let's not waste any time.
The other thing is, it's in parentheses, they usually put things like persuade or intimidate that are actual skill checks, but lying is not. They just automatically believe everything you say. Alright, well, let's lead her out there to the stables so she can be ambushed. Here we go, she can follow. Now and then she gets stuck for a while, but yeah, okay, there we go, great. So this upcoming scene is one of the sillier ones in the game, because she will walk right up into the ambush after seeing it, and only then be surprised to see it. It could have been much better done with them, hiding at all, instead of standing in the open. Or her, trying to run away or something. Oh well. Again, they don't do cinematics well. They could have done them much better, but just kind of a fact of this game. That tower looks surprisingly intact from a distance. It will be repopulated with guards that just kind of lurk there for the rest of the game, but never serve any purpose again. Well, here's the stables. There's totally a horse waiting for you. Don't talk to the stable hand. And here we go. So that's their leader, Camacho. And she will just walk right on up to him. Yeah, right up here. Go on. Keep walking toward him. Oh, look.
We meet at last, my dear lady.
I guess he is standing in shadows, but that's only depending on the time of day, so... She also doesn't face me for that.
Come now. You didn't really
Confirmation that she was lying.
People forever, did you? Your luck had to run out sometime.
So I cast a spell that I really want to have, but won't be able to get till later in the game. And she just broke her head open on that stone. Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Now we'll take our friend here back to Hammerfell, where she will pay the price for her treason.
Treason, I might have known.
Not on the way back. Once she gets there, it's not up to me to decide what's done with her. And as for you...
Usually he has some kind of dialogue explaining what she did.
Well, here you go. Spend it wisely, and if I may, don't
So
allow
they act
yourself
as though you were taken in by her, but I wasn't fooled by a second, so it's kind of a silly little bit of dialogue. Oh, there we go.
She sold the city out to the Aldmeri
I
Dominion.
might have known.
Were it not for her betrayal, Tanith could have held its ground in the war. The other noble houses discovered her betrayal, and she fled. They want her brought back alive. The resistance against the Dominion is alive and well in Hammerfell, and they want justice.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm.
So, by the way, the sword is carrying there is a scimitar, which I bring up because it is a very, very good sword early in the game. It's equivalent to an elven sword, which is pretty hard to obtain until a much higher level. There are several other equivalent swords. Skyforged steel swords are equivalent, blade swords are equivalent, and scimitars there, plus actual elven swords. So pretty much all the good quality early game swords are elven, which are 40% better than steel weapons. Very big difference. So you want to get one of those things early on if you're a warrior character. Once again, just another way the companions are useless. Their special Skyforged steel weapons are equivalent to stuff you can get from killing one Redguard warrior or several other easier methods. So, off to Ivarstead, the village that everybody should know is at the foot of the throat of the world. Now, most people apparently believe that you should take this route to Ivarstead, because it's on the sign. But those people are not thinking, and most of them are actually complaining too. So they rightly complain that the journey this way is 1, long, and 2, very dangerous. It's full of like bandits and extremely powerful animals and other monsters. You have to go like all this way around the mountain, then down here, then around there, then switch back and forth, and then you go up there to Ivarstead. It's really, really slow and very, very dangerous and legendary. But it's not the only way to get there. In fact, it's like the stupidest route to get there. Because both in and out of character, it should be obvious that there's a way to get around to the south of this mountain. Why? Because this is where we started, on this pass right here on a wagon going into Helgen. So we should know there's a pass right here, and there is. It goes straight over here. There are no bandits on it. There's no animals on it. It's safe and sound. It's much shorter. You just go along that way. You go up to Ivarstead. Nice and direct. So my intelligent character will be taking the intelligent route. Kind of expecting another random encounter, but we'll see what I find.
Maybe another way to get access to elven weapons if you come across and found one.
Sadly, they rarely carry elven weapons to prevent you from getting those elven swords. Just a farmer instead.
I'm on my way to Windhelm to join up with the Stormcloaks.
Ulfric has the right of it. Sympathizer of a character rarely, if ever, attacks them. Only if I want to stir up some mischief, I'll give a dagger to the prisoner or something.
So this here is an ash pile. And the reason that I raised that wolf into a zombie before is to demonstrate this. When it ran out of time, it didn't just fall over dead again, it turned into an ash pile. The important thing about that is that you can't raise it from the dead again. So a thing can only be zombified once. That's what I wanted to demonstrate there. And so one of the side uses of zombifying things is to dispose of corpses. Now you can't use it to hide evidence of your many murders, unfortunately. But you can use it to prevent other people from raising those corpses. So, very important side utility there. It's about the only way to destroy a corpse, unfortunately. I don't think even things like feeding on the corpse with the Ring of Namira would prevent you from raising it. I'm not sure. I would need to check that. That ring does cause some kinds of strange corpse behavior, at least.
Now, if you're playing a werewolf and you feed on a corpse, does that ruin it, or can you still raise it after?
I was just wondering about that. I'm really not sure. I think you can do both a werewolf and a Namira feeding and still raise the corpse, but I'm not sure. Never really do either. Alright, well, here we are. So, can't make it too far because it's getting dark. So just stay at night in Riverwood here. And of course, also talk to this shady innkeeper. He's clearly up to something and knows something about dragons, but was trying not to tell me before. So, in we go. Assuming she's back at the inn. Which she is.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the
There you are.
You're that visitor been poking around.
And she won't tell me anything. Blast. Well, I am not staying in an inn with a whatever the heck she is, so I'll be heading on out.
But, silver lining, she recognized you. That means you're starting to get all the publicity and fame you wanted, right?
Yes, although I'd rather not be known by whatever she is. At least until I know what that is.
Not a fan of the all publicity is good publicity saying.
I think before too long, one of my random encounters will be a Dark Brotherhood member, proving that is not always good publicity.
Very true.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Alright, so I'm going to eat dinner now. Get an early... won't be eating that one. I'm going to eat a goat cheels. I don't have any goat cheels wheels? Oh, sliced goat cheels. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I'll eat like a meat pie and some bread and some ale. And go to sleep. So I'm going to sleep most of the day, basically get an early start tomorrow. So I can walk to High Hrothgar and see the graveyards as soon as possible. Leave just a bit before dawn, I guess.
You need to leave.
Fancy robes.
I don't think she's trying to kick me out because I'm not trespassing, because maybe she is. Okay, that's weird. Well, never mind that.
Father's Alvor, the blacksmith.
Why were you in their house? Schrodner is her friend, but kind of weird.
Maybe they were having a sleepover. Though I can't say I've ever seen her inside a house.
The Greybeards have summoned the Dragonborn.
Yep, on the way.
Such a thing is not happening.
So, off we go, retracing the steps we took to get to Riverwood the very first time. That little glowy plant over there is a Nern root. It also makes a chiming sound if you get close to it. They were important in Oblivion for like a special quest that they were introduced in that game. It wasn't a very good quest, it didn't give you a good reward, but it was a specialized Nern root quest. Have you ever completed that one?
The one in Oblivion?
Yes.
I still haven't talked to the guy.
Ah.
I completed the Skyrim Nern root quest, though.
Yes, there is indeed a Skyrim Nern root quest, although not for regular old Nern root. Regular old Nern root is, I'm not going to say it's useless, it's a decent alchemy ingredient. Not a special one, but a decent one. But I'm not doing alchemy, so it's useless to me. But we will see the special Nern root quest later on, involving the same guy, sort of, a little bit. So here's those standing stones again. I still have the made stone, so it's still all glowy. Now up we go up the mountain.
Getting lots of hiking in today, it looks like.
Yes, indeed.
Although hopefully you won't be falling into a river this time.
Hopefully not. There's probably a random encounter up ahead here somewhere. So this sign tells me that Helgen is up ahead there. I kind of wish the road signs in this game told you about more distant towns. That'd be helpful for getting around the first time, but not bad at least. So what's my random encounter? Folks over there, they're walking away. I'm just gonna keep going on my own route, I guess. Unless they turn around and make trouble for me. Is that a wolf? Yeah, it's a couple wolves, but it'll be alright. Okay, off I go. So this is the direction back toward Helgen, the town that the dragon ruined at the very beginning of the game. It is now, or will soon be, depending on how many days have passed, a bandit fortress. With, like, severed animal heads and whatnot outside to demonstrate that it's a dangerous place. And, like, people on pikes and whatnot. I don't really know how that happened. I didn't get the impression that Alduin, like, destroyed the entire town and killed 100% of the people, but apparently he did or something. So, won't be going through, though, I'll just walk around. There are lights on in the windows. But yeah, you just go around it, no danger whatsoever. Outside the little stockade here. Didn't this town have stone walls when we went into it? Maybe that has those in other sections.
Yeah, but there were definitely chunks of stone wall.
There we go. Alright, so now that we're past here, Ivarstead, that way. The quick, easy route that your character should already know about. Now, if you see that paw print up there on the top of the screen, on the compass area, that means the Stormcloak camp is ahead. Because we're in Falkreath Hold right now, the most useless of all holds. And Falkreath Hold is an Imperial hold, hence preventative of Nietzsche's stupid dialogue near the beginning about, oh, if we put our soldiers in, like, Riverwood, the Jarl of Falkreath will think we're joining the Stormcloaks and attacking him. So every Imperial hold in the game has, like, a hidden Stormcloak camp somewhere in it. And every, Stormcloak hold has a hidden Imperial camp in it somewhere. They're not terribly important, but if you haven't joined the opposite side in the war, or you're just neutral or whatever, they do have like a quartermaster there who counts as basically like a blacksmith who will buy and sell things from you. So moderately useful, I guess. Nothing too important, though. No interesting quests or anything. So, we just go through this pass, and we'll be in the Rift, Netherhold. Cold, unpleasant day to be hiking, but Skyrim is like that. These little roadside cairns, I don't really know what they mean, but they often mark important paths. Good way to find out if there's like a better way up the mountain than just trying to jump or take a horse. Which reminds me that I'm not going to be using the silly jump abuses or riding horses straight up the side of mountains to avoid this kind of thing. So, other importantly along this route is this cave up ahead. It's called Haymar's Shame. Don't know why. I guess... Well, I know who Haymar was, but yeah, still don't really know why it's called Haymar's Shame. Anyway, it's using like the Clavicus Vile Daedric quest. There's usually a guy on a horse going by here. That is actually one of the few useful Daedric quests to do, but in character, I don't know about it. It'd be in that useless hold Falkreath, and more problematically, even if I did know about it, only an idiot character would do it. Because Clavicus Vile is the god of screwing over people who work with him. And you start off, in fact, by murdering his worshippers, which he then says was all part of his plan, or something like that. So, why would he then choose to work with him? I don't know. But his item he gives you,
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura.
You're going the wrong way.
In the mountains to the north.
Confirmed you're going the wrong way.
On your map.
Let me, on the map, demonstrate to you the... whatever. Can't expect much from a Dark Elf. So, unlike in Oblivion and most other games, the Mask of Clavicus File's item is actually good in this game. It's a helmet that gives you pretty solid armor ratings, so that's not terribly important. The important thing about it is it grants you absolutely massive bonuses to your prices that you get from people. And importantly, it even stacks with things like this amulet that I'm wearing or the better amulets that are available. Whereas most pricing things are amulets, so you can't wear two of them out. Oh, a wolf, huh? Alright, so there are a few animals along this path, but just wolves, not like saber cats and things like that they'll fight on the northern route. There we go. The Atronach may have been overkill. Haldi's a little bit jumpy. So up ahead, beside this cottage there, you can see a little diamond-shaped dragon kind of symbol. I'll talk about that is momentarily. But some kind of... Is there a wolf around here somewhere? I hear some kind of yapping sound. But the Atronach isn't reacting, so it can't be close. But let me investigate this old shack. An alchemist shack. Sweet, butterfly in a jar. The alchemist isn't here. How strange. Let me read this journal. Coming to this area was a brilliant decision. The local flora seem to have many useful properties that I've been able to utilize into new potions. Outside, the rich soil has allowed the cuttings I've collected to grow into fine and bountiful plants. This afternoon, I think we'll journey out for more mushrooms, as my current supplies are beginning to dwindle. On a personal note, I've moved my alchemy work outside the shack. I found the midday air is a boon to my health as well as inspirational to my work. Oh wait, I don't want that thing. There you go. Right back in the same spot. So I don't really know where the guy is. But he's not around here is the important thing. Oh, nothing good in there. So, there's nobody to stop me from taking this and maybe that, and, I wouldn't trust food in an alchemist store, or shack. I'll leave that stuff behind. Back to the road. So, two symbols to talk about here. That dragon one over there, as you might think, is a dragon lair. There are dragons there. That only has dragons after you've beaten that quest fighting Myrmilnir. Before that, they'll just be other dangerous monsters instead. And this diamond symbol over here is an Imperial camp, the opposite of the Stormcloak camps, because we're now in the Rift, this beautiful place, which is a Stormcloak hold. Alright, there's a wolf. Let me try to demonstrate my shout in combat, if it'll turn and face me. Right, so he's coming after me, right? And I shout, and he's stunned, momentarily. Buys time, lets me back up and do that. More hostile creatures? Okay, more wolves. I can take them. Bring it on. So I shout at him, I buy time, I back up some more, and he's dead. Is there another one? I'm low on mana. But he's not coming quite fast, apparently. Come on. Ivarstead's region is a very, very dangerous one because it is completely infested with bears. Not like a few bears, like you're tripping over bears, like a sloth of bears around like every corner behind every tree. The NPCs complain about it, rightly so. It's a nuisance, and a bear will kill me in one shot easily at this point, and I can't possibly bring one down on my own. They're way too tough. Ivarstead. Almost there. No, what's it running from? It's running from a bear! Oh my! If that bear catches me, I am dead. So I need to find obstacles to jump over. It's not going to help me, actually. Obstacle to jump over. Bear, run this way. Run this... Are you there? Yes, okay. That bought me like a half second. Jeez. I'm going to jump into the river. Is it still after me? Yes. Okay. So I cannot safely leave town while that bear is out there. So, what I need to do is get the guard to fight the bear for me. That's his job. Last time I did this playthrough's glitched up a couple times, and I got killed off in some silly ways. Here it comes. Last time, the guard... Oh, he's doing it again. He's not going to help me. Is he going to help me now? Good, okay. Phew. So bears, kind of like Draugr, spend an inordinate amount of time taunting you and whatnot, which makes it a little bit easier to fight them, but you can see I just cannot possibly beat this thing. Yep, that's about all I can contribute. I can try to stun it while it's about to do a power attack on him, but yeah, I'm pretty much out of options. So, let me just go in for a drink, I guess. It's their job. I don't know what Villamere means, if it's like a word or like some kind of reference or just like a random nonsense. But...
If I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow.
Is it full of bears? Oh, that's more interesting. Well, first of all, I'm hungry.
Let's sate that appetite, hmm?
No sweets. This is a lousy inn. No bread either? Jeez. Is like a famine here?
Do you still have some honey brew mead for the next time you run into the revelers?
Good point. Let me get a room, too. I'm not sleepy just yet. I haven't been on the road that... Come on. There we go.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Let me also get some rumors about magic. I want to hear about the College of Winterhold if I can, to get the local gossip.
I've got no interest in magic users. No use for their kind at all. They're way up north in Winterhold, and that's fine with me. I don't even like our Jarl having a court wizard.
Well, you're an idiot. Great. That's good to know. Tell me more about this barrow full of ghosts and whatnot that maybe a wizard can help you with.
They're haunted, and you should stay away. Look, I've seen one of the spirits with my very own eyes. When it glared at me, I swear it burned right through my soul. Fortunately, they seem to be sticking to the barrow. I think they're guarding it. Certainly isn't helping my business any. Who'd want to rent a room anywhere near a haunted barrow?
Well, me for starters. I'm not going to tell him I'm doing that. No use for that. He's a useless idiot. But I am hungry. So, let me eat heavier food first. Save that. Nord mead. No bread. Nord mead. Let me also ask these people about High Froth before I head up there.
Pardon me, my lord.
No, not really.
I've always fancied a journey up the 7,000 steps to the monastery. Anything to break the boredom of living in this town.
So why haven't you done it? You live right here.
A pleasant journey, my lord.
Is it absolutely necessary for you to bother me? Klimek brings food supplies.
So this guy and Klimek are like rivals for the love of this local lady, which you'll come across in the later quest.
They seem like a quiet lot. Don't really know too much about them.
They're both like complete jerks, so you have to like pick one of them for her to marry, but it's terrible either way.
If I were you, I'd keep away from the barrow on the east. The Greybeards are a solitary lot. I don't think they've ever ventured outside their monastery. We get the occasional pilgrim passing through here on their way to the summit, but almost all of them have returned disappointed.
Sucks to not be Dragonborn.
So is that with the 2 guys, 1 girl, one of the quests or characters where you have the option to marry the girl for them?
No, not in that case.
Ah, pity.
Yes. Oh, Ivarstead. Nicely done, guys. So bears are not really worth killing either. They have like junky gear. Really wastes your time to fight them. Which is why I have a plan to avoid that. But let me check out this haunted barrow. I don't really feel like hiking up another mountain today, so I'll probably do that first thing tomorrow morning. Shroudhearth Barrow, that's a creepy name. Well, let me make sure these things are actually not going to be coming back up. Don't want skeletons behind me. I think it's kind of weird they just leave, like, bones around. Some people might say that's sacrilegious or disrespectful to the dead, but, whatever.
I mean...
Their funerals. What were you saying?
I was just going to say it can't be worse than you going around burning all of them.
Nobody can see that. Besides, it's cremation for these bones they just left out lying around. So, they said like that when Gellius fell was a treasure hunter who went in here. Did they say that? Did not get that dialogue?
I don't remember that particular dialogue.
Let me go up and get that information then, because I wanted that to have happen so I can talk about that.
See, for the life of me, I can't remember if I ever actually did this or came into this barrow. Just the only time I'm ever in Ivarstead is the first time when I pick up the food pack to take to the Greybeards.
From Klimek, the other romantic rival. So he's not like overtly a jerk, but like even if you have him like, you know, court the other lady, he like, flirts with this woman among other people. So kind of a jerk.
Would you care to hear me
No
play my
way.
lute?
If I were you, I'd keep
We've been
away
through
from-
this.
There ain't much more to tell. Look, I've seen one. Fortune certainly isn't helping mine.
Okay, there we go.
If you think there's anything you can do, be my guest.
He still didn't say it. Weird. Okay, so oh, there we go. There we go.
Many visitors. About a year or two ago,
I apparently forgot the dialogue
some fella
sequence here.
named Windelius came through. Said he was some kind of a treasure hunter. I warned him not to go in there, just like I warned you. The very next night, we heard screams from the barrow, and that was it.
Draugr probably got him.
We never saw him again.
Well,
If you pass through again,
it's good to know. So it is dangerous. But I theorize, so far, from what I've seen, that Wendelius didn't get very far. Because down there, I saw a treasure that was not taken. So he was either a thoroughly incompetent treasure hunter, or he got killed very early on. That's my running theory for now. Well, let me take this for myself. Sweet. Inexplicably, there's just fires burning underground for no reason, forever. Perhaps these Draugr killed him? They seem inert now. Ah, more of them. No, that one seems dead too.
Leave this place.
You watch that way, I'll watch this way. This place is haunted. Well, the Atronach senses no danger. How strange. Alright. It's not that one. This one looks harmless. Well now. A locked gate that way. Perhaps there's some way in. Don't like the thought of being trapped in here. Levers, and a book on the table. So I knew it was a skill book from the symbol of illusion on the front. It's a skill that I'll actually be using, so that's okay. Alright, so this is like a book about the lore and background and creation of Tamriel, so it'll be good for those of you who don't know much about that. I'll fill in with some extra details as I go through. Before man came to rule Tamriel, and before the chronicles of the historians recorded the affairs of the rulers of Tamriel, the events of our world are known only through myths and legends, and through the divinely inspired teachings of the 9 divines. For convenience, historians divide the distant ages of prehistory into 2 broad periods of time, the Dawn Era and the Merithic Era. The Dawn Era is that period before the beginning of mortal time, when the feats of the gods take place. The Dawn Era ends with the exodus of the gods and magic from the world at the founding of the Adamantine Tower, which is in my native High Rock, now called Dureni Tower after the Dureni elves who ruled us for far too long. The term Merithic comes from the Nordic, literally era of the elves. Elves call themselves Mer, hence Altmer, Dunmer, etc. The Merithic era is the prehistoric time after the exodus of the gods and magic from the world at the founding of the Adamantine Tower and before the arrival of Ysgramor the Nord in Tamriel. That is incorrect. He was in there for the last some decades of the Merithic era, but close to correct. The following are the most notable events of the Dawn era, presented roughly in sequences that must be understood by creatures of time such as ourselves. The cosmos formed from the Ouroboros, chaos or totality, by Anu and Padome, also known as Sithis. Akatosh, elven name Auriel, formed and time began. The gods, elven et Ara, formed. Lorkhan, that's the elvish name, convinced or tricked the gods into creating the mortal plane, Nirn. The mortal plane was at this point highly magical and dangerous. As the gods walked, the physical makeup of the mortal plane and even the timeless continuity of existence itself became unstable. When Magic, the god Magnus, architect of the plans for the mortal world, decided to terminate the project, the gods convened at the Adamantine Tower, Dureni Tower, the oldest known structure in Tamriel, and decided what to do. Most left when Magnus did. Others sacrificed themselves into other forms so that they might stay, the Enelfae, Earthbones. Lorkhan was condemned by the gods to exile in the mortal realms, and his heart was torn out and cast from the tower. Where it landed, a volcano formed. That's Red Mountain in Morrowind. With magic, in the mythic sense gone, the cosmos stabilized. Elven history, finally linear, began. Merithic era, 2500. The Merithic era is kind of like BC or BCE times. It counts down towards 0. So, useful book there. Now, levers, but... Aha. Crude dart launchers. I might have known. No match for me. My Atronach is a little too stupid to get out of the way. Alright, what does this one do? Oh, I don't like that one at all. What about this one? Oh. So, the way is open. Well, let me have some allies with me as I advance into this unexplored area. More locked gates. With a way to open them, but I don't want to allow anything behind me from here. So, an apprentice lock. That's still a very easy kind of lock. So I'll do my general lock. Ah, lucky break. Found it almost immediately. So you can turn it almost all the way. You just need to shift the pick just a small amount in one direction or the other. Oh, look, how cute. A trap of some kind. So, before I had to have arrows to trigger these things, but now I'll never need that again, because I'm the Dragonborn. Spears. How quaint. So, the problem is, if I go over this thing, my Atronach will mindlessly follow and possibly get me speared. Unless I run through really fast. You try to get me killed there. Won't get you free any faster. Oh, what's this? Another little trap of theirs, huh? I'll crouch down so I can get to it. So this is adept. A bit harder to do. Breaks your lockpicks much faster, and the success zone is much smaller. Right, shift a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so the tripwire is disarmed. Now I can safely open the chest. That wasn't really too great a chest. Also, lockpicks locked inside, or... No, not locked in this case. Okay. Doesn't make perfect sense, but okay, it's fine. So... Not good enough. Need to wake up pretty early in the morning to outsmart Hjalti. Like at least by noon. What's this? Something coming? A ghost! A magical ghost using a ward spell, so he's a stupid ghost too. And he looks like a dark elf, so I won't be using fire on him. I drained his magic with this, now he's stuck in knife fighting, which he sucks at, so... Huh, I wouldn't expect a ghost to do that. Oh, so he's not really a ghost. Well, I just killed a man. What is this? Oh, I don't want that. No, take it back. And that too. Jeez. Nice work. So, that was Wendelius after all. I guess he made it in here, locked the doors behind himself, and, didn't take any treasure? Why would he do that? Maybe this journal will enlighten me. Journal of Wendelius Gatharian. 4th era, 200, 18th of Morningstar. I've set up camp inside the barrow. This has to be the place. According to all of my research, the burial chamber should be located here. All I need is some time undisturbed to find the claw. Uh-oh, don't like the sound of that. I left that claw back down the mountain, at Riverwood. Must be hidden here somewhere. Poor guy. 4th era, 200, 25th Morningstar. Had a close call today with that fool Wilhelm. Yeah, I agree with you there. He came close to entering the barrow, but I wasn't able to scare him off by rattling some pottery shards in a bag. These people are far too superstitious for their own good. Gives me an idea. 4th era, 200, 20th Morningstar. After a few failures, I've come up with a mixture that should do the trick. The glow is perfect. I should look exactly like one of the supposed spirits the people of Ivarstead believe is haunting the barrow. I'm going to test it out tomorrow. 4th era, 29th Morningstar. Success! It worked better than I could have imagined. All I had to do was wander about the entrance to the barrow at night and wave my arms about. I had to stop myself from laughing aloud as they ran away. This should keep them at bay while I continue searching for the claw. 4th era, 200, 11th Hearthfire. Almost half a year has passed and no sign of the claw or any clues as to its whereabouts. This is becoming maddening. It has to be here. Can't risk hiring any assistance, so I'll have to continue alone. 4th year, 200, 20th sun's dusk. It isn't here. It can't be here. This isn't right. It must be the people of Ivarstead. They must be onto my ruse, and they're toying with me. They want to find the burial chamber on their own and keep the riches for themselves. Riches? 4th year, 218th evening star. Why? Why are they tormenting me? Why not just destroy me? Who am I? My head is becoming clouded. I can't remember anything. I have to read my journal to remember my purpose. Am I a part of this tomb? Am I meant to guard it? What's becoming of me? 1st era, year 1050. They shall not take my treasure. They shall all pay dearly for their crimes. Any who set foot within these walls will taste my wrath, my power. I am the guardian of Shroudhearth Barrow. All who oppose me will fall. Well, that's unsettling. I think I will take his jewelry and head on out of here. I could use some fresh air and sunlight. Another trap. Back the way I came. So, something strange happened to him. I shouldn't loiter in here. And after all, I don't have the claw anyway. I guess I'll need to go back to Riverwood to get that. Poor fool never had a chance. I wonder if that alchemist that I found the shack of down south is connected. He was quite close nearby. Perhaps he has a friend or a crony, or perhaps it was his own shack from before. Worth investigating at the very least.
Just let me know. We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're headed.
Let me see that. I can't believe this.
It was all just a fabrication of this Windelius character.
I can't believe we were so stupid.
I can.
Well, least I can do is give you something for taking care of him. If you won't accept it as a payment, consider it a gift.
Oh, that's interesting.
If you're
so,
to the monastery.
He just gave me, number one, an object made of the solid silver with giant sapphires all over it. So that's it's worth a lot of money. But number two, this must have been the claw that Wendelius was talking about. There's more than one of these claws. Kind of ironic that like the man he worked so hard to prevent. So, now I have the claw, but first I should go find this alchemist who might have something to do with Wendelius. Down south of that shack. And there's a bear.
Way out there.
Way out there. We were just saying there's this camp song that we both know from separate camp trips that we grew up with about finding a bear in the woods. That it's a moderately funny song.
Which does also involve running and jumping.
Oh yes, quite a lot of it. It's very appropriate. Wolves. Okay. Alright, fine. We're going after the deer. You'll often find predators fighting various prey animals. There we go. Nice timing there. Various prey animals in the wild. Dodged him. Yeah, that's pretty smooth. I'll recharge my mana. Or I'll just let him wander away. I don't like leaving an enemy behind me, though. Because they usually end up in front of you after you turn around because they're gnawing on your behind. There are often random encounters here, but I don't see one this time. Oh, footstep. Nope. Nope. Okay, fine. So, there we go, another one.
When I play, I like to turn player sounds down and other sounds up so I can tell whether the footsteps are mine or somebody else's.
That is smart. I never actually thought of doing that. So, the reason I'm going here out of character is that there's a dragon there around here. I want to slay that dragon and get its soul. My excuse is just that I need to look for that alchemist who might know something about Wendelius, or be one of his cronies, so I don't want him coming in behind me or causing other kinds of problems. And this here is an Imperial camp. Because we're in a Stormflow cold now, so instead of having a Stormflow camp, they have an Imperial camp. Functions the same thing, basically useless, except that there's a quartermaster somewhere around here, who I saw on the left, who will buy and sell things. Oh, an alchemist. Maybe they do know something. So here's the quartermaster. So as you can see, he acts like a blacksmith. He sells weapons and armor. Mostly useless. That would be good if I was a warrior, but I'm not. Less magic than my hood, so I'm not buying that thing. Alright, let me just offload some of my junk to him. There we go. Alright, well, off I go to keep searching for that alchemist. And actually for the dragon. Dum-dum-dum. So, that cottage up ahead there is the site of the worst quest in all of Skyrim.
Now, I don't think I've been to this particular cottage, so what quest would that be?
Well, I forget the name of it actually, but it's the quest for Kine, which is just the Nord name for Kinnereth, who they're also, for some reason, separately as a quest for, which also sucks, but not quite as bad. I hear a bear. Out in the woods.
Out in the woods.
I met a bear.
I met a bear.
A great big bear.
A great big bear.
Oh, way out there.
Oh, way out there.
Out in the woods I met a bear. A great big bear, oh, way out there. I didn't find it though. Oh well.
Hopefully you don't find it when it comes biting you.
Oh, is that what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
It looks like a dragon's wing to me.
Ah.
Let me take a quick pot shot at that, because I don't want to get closer if it is a dragon. It's a dragon! Okay.
Hopefully you don't run into the bear now.
Yes. Well, actually, that wouldn't work out too badly, because dragons are easily distracted by anything that passes by. So, it would probably attack the bear.
True.
Leaving it behind. Good. Is it coming this way? Is it... There we go. Which way is it going? Is it coming after me? Maybe. Oh no. What do you know? It's probably fighting the bear over there. And it's a fire dragon. Again, so everybody in Tamriel knows that things that use fire are weak to ice. I don't think I have a good shot at it from here. So, I'll take it anyway, because might as well. I'm going to actually drink or eat another Elsewhere fondue. And we'll see what's back there. Possibly. Need to make sure it doesn't go for me, because again, it can easily kill me. So if it gets distracted from whatever it's fighting, I will die. Unless I dodge. I'm getting stuck on things. No! No, it still wants to fight whatever it's fighting. So you'll see here, of course, this dragon has no name. Most of the generic dragons you find out in the wild have no name, but all the ones in the campaign do have some kind of name. It's fighting multiple things over there. When you're fighting dragons, you just kind of need to make some kind of hapless animal tank for you most of the time, which they're always happy to do. They will stand there and fight a dragon, the dragon will stand there and fight them while you wail on them with spells. Oh no. Wait, where did they go back again? I'm trying to lure it to the Imperial camp. But it's getting distracted by these stupid animals. Alright, well, it'll kill them eventually. It's a bear. No, it's a saber cat. Okay, there's probably a bear there too. Saber cats are possibly even more dangerous than bears, because they're much more aggressive for one thing. What's it fighting now? They're much more aggressive, they do more damage actually, and they're a bit faster. They will outrun you if you're sprinting even. Even if you're like a high elf, somebody who knows how to... Oh, it's going to breathe fire as it goes overhead, isn't it? Maybe. Or maybe it'll turn around again. Dragons.
It really likes making you out.
Gonna stop and breathe fire in that position. I'm just doing scratch damage to it, but whatever.
Every little bit, right?
Every little bit. And when we get to the Imperial camp, maybe it'll kill fewer Imperials. That'll be nice. I actually had to do a previous... What's it fighting now? Dragons, so distractible. They will fight everything in the environment. Oh no, it's a bear. Forget the dragon, this is more dangerous. Bears are not distractible. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ah! Alright, this is all part of the plan. I wanted to lure the bear to the Imperial camp in the... Where did it go? Jeez. I'd rather it wasn't the Quartermaster fighting, but I'll take what I can get. Oh, there we go. The bear's fighting the dragon over here now. Sure. And I'm in fire breath range. I don't like that part. Alright. Destruction level up. That's great. I want to get my destruction to level 25 as fast as I can so I can get the perk that will have the cost in this silly thing. Alright, this fight is going to go very badly for the Imperials because they're not fighting the right... And the dragon, I think, has aggroed some bandits from over there too or something. Or no, that's a... Is that the Saber Cat? It's just like a four-sided brawl over here. We got bandits and saber cats and bears and dragons and Imperials. That's more sides than I thought even. Okay, wow. There's a lot of sides. But now I'm choosing between inside and outside of the bear. So here's the rest of the Imperials.
I wonder whatever happened to that fox.
Alright, what's the dragon gonna do? A lot of arrows in that thing now. It has killed one, or maybe the bear killed an Imperial already. What's it fighting over there? Oh wait, I probably shouldn't loot the corpse right in front of these guys. I'll just take the weapons off. That's plausible. I need weapons. You can see I have no weapons. Yeah, not gonna fire that. What is it fighting now? Oh, they're facing the other way. Now we'll loot the corpse. There are bandits in there. It might have aggroed some of them out, or it might not have. Okay, the dragon just holds still. It could have killed the thing by now, but it's too busy just like fighting everything in a saber cat. Okay, just wanted to find another saber cat. Okay. You do you, dragon. They do that from time to time, usually when they're getting injured, but here it's not really.
I think it's just having fun at this point.
It's just having fun. It's just going to take on the world and everything in it. One thing at a time. Or everything at once. Either way is good with it. So I really don't want to fight that saber cat, but I also need to make sure the dragon comes back here at some point, but doesn't go for me, so... Horses. Oh, okay. So, luckily I'm in pause mode here.
And you can level up.
I can level up. That's why I've been saving that. It's also doing an overhead swoop, which does much less damage. So I saved this level up for this kind of reason. Level up to do full restores. I'll still take heavy damage, but I'm alive. Mostly because there's an overhead swoop. Where is it now? Okay, now I need to get cover, such as this tent, which you wouldn't think would stop fire, but it will. It's often good to save your level ups on legendary, so you can full restore yourself. The horses will happily join the fight sooner or later, too. What I really need to avoid at this point is make sure that I don't accidentally hit either an Imperial soldier or a horse, because then everybody in camp will try to murder me, and they'll succeed. I can also choose a new perk, but I think I want to save that. I do have some good perks available, but like some great ones will be available in a couple of skill level ups here. Let me talk about that for a bit. Oh, this tent would not shelter me. Let me get behind this tent and talk about leveling up for a moment. So, when you level up, you can choose to get a perk in any skill that you want, even ones you have done no investing in previously. For me, of course, I'm mostly using the magic perks: illusion, conjuration, destruction, restoration, alteration, and not enchanting at all. Also, speech and lockpicking, just like have to use those things. But I won't be putting perks in them most of the time. Now, the first speech perk is not actually a bad idea. It does give you substantially better prices. You're worth considering. But as a mage, you need every perk you can get, because there's so many great perks to choose from. Right now, I really want to get Apprentice Destruction, but that takes 25 Destruction, so I'm getting close to, but I'm still not at yet. I also want to get eventually to Apprentice Level Restoration, so I can cast my Turn Undead spell more often. So for now, I think I'll just hold on to these perks so that I can get my skills up a little bit more, and then spend them on what I really, truly want most. I'll have time to get everything else later. Alright, I'm not going to take shots here because the Imperials will be in the way and I'll get killed by the Imperials. The one side I don't want in this battle is me separate from the Imperials. Alright, I think it's down at 1/3 health now, so it can't fly anymore. Which means I can now get a safe distance, or that might not be a safe distance because that bear could still be alive somewhere. Or the saber cat, or the bandits, or the literally anything else that could be out there. Alright, this should be a good vantage point. Almost got it. They just killed another Imperial soldier, or 2, or 3. They're pretty weak. They're not as tough as Whiterun guards. But they've almost got it now. You can see there's all kind of... We're doing synchronized slashing for a little bit there.
See, I've never noticed a power difference between city guard or hold guards, Imperial soldiers, and Stormguard soldiers.
Well, it's all based on level, as you might expect.
Of course.
Basically, guards are usually leveled to be several levels higher than you. There are exceptions. Imperial soldiers are generally leveled to be a little bit under you, although there are exceptions again. So, not gonna say it's always true, but there, I totally killed it. You saw how much I helped you guys. I was not using you as human shields at all. Now you can see your first like awestruck crowd moment as I absorb its soul. These guys don't panic and run as you would think they would do.
I never would have believed it.
Look over here, guys. Oh, fine. Well, I'm glad you didn't kill the quartermaster. That's great. That's perfect.
Nice. Now you can turn around and sell things.
Ooh, this is actually a moderately useful item, but not really worth it overall. So I'll even take these things that are not worth much because I can turn around immediately and sell these things. Alright, here's a bow and arrows. I won't need to fight the dragon anymore, and an axe, and don't question how I got this. He won't buy dragon bones because once these guys go away, I'll totally loot these companions of theirs too. So he won't buy dragon bones because he counts as a smith, and they are smithing ingredients, but as I said, they are bought and sold by alchemists for no good reason. Let me, after all that nonsense, save just in case something crazy happens and it crashes like happened the last time I was doing this. So, before I was distracted by the dragon, I was talking about this cottage up here. And you're asking what kind of quest it is. I'm saying it's the quest for Kine. So, basically, the quest is bad in every possible way. First of all, quest giver is obnoxious. He's this cranky old man who criticizes you constantly. Second of all, the quest is annoying. It sends you all the way back and forth across all of Skyrim multiple times to fight skeevers and mud crabs. So, stupid, boring, annoying, all the way across Skyrim multiple times nonsense. And then on top of all that craziness, as if that wasn't already bad enough, the reward is like the worst reward you can imagine. You get a special bow, the old man's bow. And when I say special, I actually don't mean special at all. It's equivalent to a longbow, the weakest, most basic kind of bow. It just has his name on it. I wouldn't want my name on a longbow. So I'm going to explore this tower the dragon was guarding and see if they had any treasure in here. Not going to trust food supplies in this place. It's snowing inside the tower. They're very lazy about having, solid objects not affect weather. Strange chanting. I like the sound of that. Treasure chest. I also like the look of that. Ah, it's one of these walls like I found in Bleak Falls Barrow, so there's more than just one indeed. Definitely to go back to Shroudhearth Barrow now. So, I learned Kill Mark for Death. I will talk about that once I finish talking about this stupid quest. So there is more to the reward than just that useless bow. You also get a useless amulet. Boss level chest. Oh, sweet! So happy. Gonna just strip right out here in the cold and put on this new better robe. Which reduces the cost of my destruction spells. So valuable for me. Perfect. Okay. Let me go back to that quartermaster and sell him some more stuff.
Do you think the Imperial soldiers will be looking the other way by now?
Probably. Oh, so if I had a pickaxe, I could mine that ore, but I'm not doing any crafting type stuff, so... And I'm also too lazy to, actually mine ore to sell. It sounds like a peasant's kind of job to me. And I may have started off as a peasant, but I don't intend to remain one forever. I'm a wizard now. Thank you very much. Right, so kill Mark for Death. So Mark for Death is one of the most overrated shouts in the game. Sort of. It depends if you have the patch or not. If you have the patch, it's complete garbage. If you don't have the patch, it's glitched to be amazing. Oh, somebody damaged us in the fight. You see the arrow sticking out of it. So if I attack it one more time, it'll break probably. Or probably 2 more times. I missed it somehow. There we go. That's what I was saying. You can break these things. The bear is dead, but never found the saber cat's corpse. So I'm concerned, but luckily I don't need to go that way anymore. I don't think I'll actually sell him back his own companion's gear with their blood and guts on it. It's a little too obvious.
Keep an eye out for Stormcloak spies.
Will do.
What do you need?
Well, here's a hunting bow for you, and nothing else that I got is sellable to him. Okay. This is not to say that I'm not going to loot the corpses here, just not going to try to sell it back to that guy. He wouldn't actually object, but I can't really justify it. Oh, amazing! I'm so lucky. Alright, so I mentioned there's a better amulet than the amulet of develop. This is it. I know several places in the game you can guarantee to get one, but getting one by lucky drop now will save me that silly trip. This is just working out perfectly for me. Imperials are great to loot if you're a warrior in particular. Oh, ale. Nice. Alright, so kill marked for death. Things just keep happening, distracting me. So, what marked for death does is it reduces the enemy's health, aka just does damage to them over time, and also reduces their armor by a tiny amount. It makes you do the, like 2% more damage, so complete, utter garbage. But, if you don't have the patch, it's glitched. It reduces their armor not once, but by that amount every second for its entire massive duration, stacking up forever and ever and ever, and taking their armor down to like the thousands negative. So you do not just like, 2% more damage, but like thousands % more damage. So that you can eventually kill like a dragon with a punch if you've done that shot to it a couple more times. So ludicrously powerful, but that's a bug. In the patch game, it's unusable. Most of the combat shouts are borderline unusable. Fus Roda, the one that I've been using so far, is great. That's useful throughout the entire game on every kind of character. But most shouts are garbage. Well, that's the end of my fondue bonuses and the episode. Seems like a good chance to show the new kill count I've been putting together too. This excludes the tutorial and a few other basically scripted fights. Have a great day, everyone!